Hello everyone, today I'm going to bring you my Dark Magician deck profile that got me into top 5 at my locals. This is without the Mystic Mind, so this is, post-ban list, and let's get into it. And this is a pure Dark Magician deck if anyone's wondering. We're going to start off with 2 Dark Magicians, the bricks of the deck. Another brick called Dark Magician Girl. Then we're going to go to Apprentice Illusion, a nice hand trap, and also, you know, nice search, in case you need to, boost your Dragoon. It's really nice to have backup for Dragoon if they've been dropletted. One Tami's United Dragon. And finally, yet but not least, one Red Eyes Black Dragon. Let's move on to the actual useful cards in the deck now. We're going to go with 2 Legion of Chaoses because more is bricky. You never want to see like 3. If you want to see more prep. Like if you open up with 2 prep, okay, play 1 prep, they ash you, that's fine. Play the other one. Or, you could just send them off for draws. If you run 3 preps, but I like to, I'll show it later. 3 Magician Souls, because Magician Souls is a very good card in this deck. Very good for extending combos. There we go. We're gonna do the only normal summon in this deck, besides, Magician Souls, but you want to, summon that off the special summon. So this is really the only normal summon in the deck. And the best normal summon in this deck, Magician's Rod. Everyone knows what it does. Search a spell trap, lose Dark Magician, blah blah blah, and it can recycle itself from grave. Now we have 3 Soul Servants because this is like really good. It's an actual legal pot of green, and you can legally stack the deck like Yugi. In case anyone doesn't know, referencing his ability to draw the card he needs at the final moment. But let's get out of that. The best card in the deck, 3 Red Eyes Fusions, because it gets us to our boss monster, Red Eyes of Dark Dragoon. Here we are going to play 3 Super Polys. I like playing Super Poly against non-tier matchups, and because it's just really good for getting monsters off the board, and sometimes they might have a dragon, and you have a Dragon Knight, and they're going to, they activate the effect to pop your back row, and you can go into Dragon Knight, and, once he hits the field, they can't pop your back row, and they can't target your spells and traps. So I just really like this guy because he protects Eternal Souls, and Eternal Souls protects him. I like to play 2 Purple Reds because, again, 3, you open up with, 3, you can be more consistent, but I like to use 2 so I can add more space into the deck. Also because, I really only need 1 because 3 rods, so that's a way to get Soul Servant, and I have 3 souls, which is a way to get Dark Magician and Grave or Dark Magician Girl, which means Soul Servant is another 3-way to get to Illusion of Chaos. So if you want to count all 3 of those, that's 6 ways, but if you just count them separately, that's 2 ways. Plus Dark Magical Circle if you really want to count it, which can grab you Soul Servant if you're lucky enough. So, maybe. My favorite field spell, Secret Village Spellcasters. It's just a soft, your opponent's spell cards. And I really like that. So they can't even super power your Dragoon, TTKM. You can basically protect Dragoon from everything with this card. Unfortunately, we can't stop trap cards, but that's fine. One Magician's Salvations. I really wish this card did more for us. It gets you an Eternal Souls, which basically means it's a search for Eternal Souls. So you're running a +1, whatever ratio you're running Eternal Souls. Like, so let's say if you're running 1 Eternal Souls, you're running 2 because of this. And then you got rods of 3, 4 because Soul Servant, One upstart, I really want Konami to bring this card back up to 3, maybe at least 2, because it's super good in this deck. If they ash that, they're dumb first off, because they don't get the 1,000, because you need to draw first. I had an opponent who ashed and thinking they could gain the 1,000, but, I had to explain that to them. And then I played Rift. 1 Terraforming, because it searches us any field spell in this deck. So if you don't have Rod, maybe you want to go for a Dragon Knight play, go for, Soul Servant, go for, Salvation, play Salvation, get Eternal Soul, Soul sends it off for a draw, or Tamai sends it off for a summon, or just go for Secret Village Spellcaster, which is the better search. Assuming you have Spellcasters. Anyone want Magic Glass Fusion because it can help you get a second Dragoon if they cut you the first one, a Lava Golem it. on Secrets of Dark Magic. I really wish we had a better fusion card, but it's what we got. It helps me fix my bricks. Sometimes I draw Dark Magician, Red Eyes Black Dragon, and I have a Rod, and Rod can give me this card, and it fixes, it gives me Dragoon, so at least it fixes, it's a -3, but at least it got rid of the bricks and got me a boss monster. I want Dark Magical Circle because any more than one, and I mean, I just like to run one, 2 is fine, but, I run 1 to free up more space. Same with Eternal Souls, plus they're really super searchable with Rod and Soul Servant, and Illusion Chaos, which is Rod, so this deck has a lot of ways to get to, what you need if you don't get hand trapped a lot. It's a little bit more consistent than it was in the past, but I think it still needs some more consistency in some aspects. Like a fusion card, like, I don't know, like something like send a, dark cards listed for it that has Dark Magician, that uses Dark Magician as a fusion material, not one to list it. So, actually, no. That maybe be 2 plus splash. No, that's not. Maybe 2 splashable, but I don't think it would be 2 splashable because you have to use a Dark Magician in it. Although I think, and whatever, we just need a super good card. I don't think. I like to run 2 metaverses now. That's back up to 3. It helps me get my secret village. So this plus terraforming is 3 ways that I can search it off. So I'm running 2. So basically, I'm running 5 because metaverse and terraforming. Plus, it's less brickier than running 3. Secret Village. Shout out to Lozo. I was like thinking about him, like, yeah, he's kind of right about that. 3 skill drains because again, this deck can play through skill drain, and skill drain shuts off basically most decks. And for the hand traps, we're gonna run 3 Ash and then 3 Imperm. Imperm is a very, very, very good hand trap in this deck. Ash can be sided out, so can the Super Poly, depending on your matchup. But I just really like running those hand traps because let's say you're going up against someone who's brand new fusion or search for something and you don't want them to get the search off, that's just good. Okay, I'm running 1 BLS. This is really good because it takes 3 monsters. Dark Magician, you could use Dark Magician, and then you can use Souls, and you can use Rod. And so what I really like about it, or actually, you can even make it off of, I'm going to make a combo video off it, but you can actually make BLS off of Souls, Rod and Souls, because Normal Summon Rod, search for Salvation, play Salvation, set Eternal Souls, and Soul sends the Dark Magician to Gray. Well, I mean, you need to set up for it, like, second turn, like you already have, Dark Magician Gray, you have, I'm trying to say is basically you can probably use Salvation to bring out Dark Magician Girl, and then, and once you bring her out, then use it to get Dark Magician out, and then use your Rod, Dark Magician Girl, and Dark Magician. And because Dark Magician is level 7, this card can't be targeted nor destroyed by your opponent's card effects. It still can be targeted and destroyed by your card effects. So be careful with that one. So you might want to also protect Eternal Souls. But it's basically a Dragoon, just a little bit weaker. But in exchange, you get 3 effects. It can gain 1,500 attack, which is super good. Nothing's basically going to be over that. Then you can banish 1 card, non-target by the way. This is all after the battle to destroy one of your opponent's monsters. Or you can attack the next turn a second time. 1 Artemis because she's super good at recycling Rod. 1 Relinquish because it's really good for going with pressure. And it's also good with Nibiru, that's just in the side. 1 Celine because, Celine is going to help us build the the link climb. 1 Drake, Dark Charmer the Gloomy, which is going to help us get into Celine. And then Celine helps us get into the best Dark Magician Link monster, Access Code Talker. I know it's not Dark Magician Link monster, that was a joke. But you get the idea. For our Xyz, we're going to play 1 Naruto, and then 1 Ebon, and then we're going to play the Zeus. And why we do this is because, iMural made a really cool video with the Naruto, Apprentice and Dark Magician Girl. So Apprentice and Magician Souls gets Sereno, attack with Naruto, then go into Ebon, and then Ebon attacks. I mean, not Ebon attacks, but this is all main phase, and then 2. Because after the attack, you want to just rank it up. And then you rank up into Zeus. So, Apprentice and Dark Magician Girl plus these 2 equals 4 materials, which means you can activate this effect twice. So, they try to imperm you or negate the effect. You can chain off of it because it's not once per turn. We're gonna play one of the Dark Magicians. I really wish this card was considered Dark Magician on field, so I would use it more, but it's not. It's just there in case you have, just in case you wanna, your opponent has a bigger monster, so you just use Secrets of Dark Magic on your Dark Magician and Rod during battle phase. So you get this guy in defense position, they attack it, and then you get your Dark Magician and Dark Magician go out for 2 more bodies to basically save yourself from 2 more attacks. So it's really good for just being like a defense monster, in my opinion, to buy yourself some more time. It has actually saved me one time. But that was just one time, and that's the only time I used it. So I might take it out for another super power target, or use one Starving Venom Dragon because it's super generic. And then we're gonna use 2 Rays of Dark Dragoons because it's the best DM monster we have. Pop 2 monsters, or actually pops a monster, burns them for the amount of normal monsters you use this material. Gain 1 activation, and you gain 1,000 for it gets destroyed, which is really cool, which makes it harder to beat over. 1 Master of Chaos because he has a little nice OTK combo and the Banish combo. And my favorite Dark Magician monster that's a fusion, the Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight, because he protects Eternal Souls. Eternal Souls protects him. He protects Dark Magic Circle and Secret Village. So, your opponents won't even be able to Harpy Feather Duster if they get rid of a Dark Magician or a Spellcaster. And if they try to Lightning Storm, which my opponents have on the Dark Magician and the Dragon Knight, Eternal Souls makes them unaffected by it, so... And then they get mad because, like, this card is broken, which it's not really broken. You can... Any non-target banish destroys my deck, or this deck. Really, any deck that really destroys this deck because we're not, like, super good, like Tearlaments, which we have a lot of recursion on. We have to waste a lot of resources depending. Alrighty then. For the side deck, we are going to run... Sorry, I was just trying to find it. I like to run 3 Goes in matches in the side. You never know when you might need it. Honestly, you can side this out for something else. 3 Solemn Judgments because, it can really, be good in the side. Like, let's say your opponent is running a lot of spell cards, like Harpy's Feather Duster or anything like evenly matched, right? Let's say they have evenly matched. You have this card right here. Activate it. You save yourself from evenly matched. I will gladly play half my life points to protect myself from evenly matched. 3 Soul Drain because remember we're still in the tier 0 format with Tearlaments, so Soul Drain on the side is a good thing to have. 3 Nibs because Nib go crazy if they don't negate it with Kakelos. And 3 Dark Rose because it helps you against the Flunderies and actually helps you pretty much against any deck. It's really good as a, you built your board, you thought you were going to stop me from playing, fuck off. And, that's pretty much it. And we're going to get into some test hands once I shuffle the deck up. And I'll, be back. Okay, let's shuffle it up. And let's assume we're going first. Okay. 5 cards. Okay, we don't really have many options here. Again, we'll go Ref. Most people don't run Ash in this format, so Ref is really good right now, So, how it would go is... Wow, that is nice. Wow. Anyway, how it would go is you play Ref, and if they don't Ash you, that is amazing. It's fantastic, spectacular. You're going to send your Red Black Dragon and your Dark Magician with this test hand. Get your Dragoon out, set Metaverse. Honestly, you could set Super Poly too, and you can make a second Goon, but yeah, we're going to do that actually, because, if during the draw phase you can activate Metaverse. Metaverse is going to grab you a Secret Village. You're going to play that. Tell them good luck, have fun. They try to activate something, discard whatever your card you had. In my case, I had a Dark Magician Girl, so that was perfect. Because now I have 2 Breaks and Grade, Dark Magician, Red Black Dragon, and Dark Magician Girl. When I said 2, I meant I had a Dark Magician, the Dark Magician Girl, so I get a Pot of Greed, but I really have 3, so that gets rid of the 3 brickiest cards in the deck already. So Ref really does actually save this deck a lot. And I cannot emphasize the amount it does, and it's really good in my opinion. So, and if ref didn't work, you had a super poly, so it's just super poly discard whatever card you had. Again, I had Dark Magician Girl, so Dark Magician Girl is a great target for me, and like a great discard target, I should say. And because of that, you get rid of, you get a Dark Magician Girl grave in case you draw Sorcerer next turn, which allows you to get a Pot of Greed. I don't know. I just think that it's nice, just as a discard. I mean, I use it as a discard for many times, many things. Oop. And, shuffle the deck. We're going to go second this time. And the reason why we, basically won that because they can't play spells. They try to do something, we can get it. Wow, we have, alright, look at that. Not bad. We only can activate one of these, but we have 2 hand traps. So if they try to search for something, like if they play Branded Fusion either ways, you ash them. If they try to activate a monster effect, imperm that, then you're going to draw your next card. You got a ref. Wow, that's crazy. Again, you're either going to go ref this time, or you're going to go super poly. Discard a card. In this case, we're going to discard the Ash Blossom. And you're going to summon out Starving Venom Dragon. And if you have any other targets, like let's say it's a mirror match and they have a dragon, Dark Magician, I don't know why, but I once had a mirror match and I was actually able to use the Dark Magician for the Dark Magicians, but super poly will get your Starving Venom Dragon. Or again, you can go ref. Then ref will send your Dark Magician, Red Eyes Black Dragon. You'll get your Dragoon out again, and then you'll go pop, swing for game because this is turn 2. But if they have something that says negate the activation, it's fine because you can still play. But I honestly would rather not lose this card. I would rather wait next turn just to probably let monsters off. So that was really nice, and we're gonna do one more test hand, and we're gonna go first this time again. And we're gonna play ref. Get Dragoon out. Actually, you know how ref works. Just pretend there's Dark Magician, Red Spec Dragon and Gray. Get Dragoon out. If you want, you can set the skill drain. You're gonna set the imperm. Yeah, because these two you can only activate one, so it's kind of dead. Honestly, you could set one if you want. But why would you do that? So you're gonna pass turn, right? You're gonna activate skill drain, negate it if you want, gain 1,000 if they are not gonna, be trying to negate. Or let's say they activate a monster effect, you're gonna imperm that, and if they're like, oh, that's cool, we're gonna play, spell card, you're gonna negate that with Dragoon, get 4,000, and then once they have like some defense, you're gonna draw your next card next turn. Oh, look, Upstart Goblin, that's cool. You're gonna go pop, swing for game, because most monsters are 2,500, so 5,000, 4,000, that's 9k damage already. So even Upstart wouldn't have been enough to save them. And so, this deck's really nice. Getting to Dragoon. Hand traps are nice too when you go second. And as you saw, we drew into them, luckily, because we were on 3 of each. And so it's nice to have interruptions on your opponent's turn. And so, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. This got me to 5th place at my locals. And go Dark Magician. Dark Magician best deck. If you're wondering how my matches went, lost the beginning round, won 4 straight matches. Then I lost the the top round. My ratio was 4-2, which is not bad. So it's out of 6 games. And so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you all later.